Let's see them short shorts. You got the short shorts? Are they short? How short are they? Let's see. Come on.
They're pretty short.
Are they ever not short?
Hold on, let me get up.
Okay. Let's see the. Oh, damn. Do they get any shorter? Like, is that possible? No.
Oh, they just did.
The bulge isn't super prominent in the black shorts, but it's very prominent in the gray and the green.
Okay.
Oh, good to know.
Keep that in mind.
Welcome in, everybody. It is the Craft Beer Republic. Thanks for drinking. Thanks for joining. Thanks for hopping on over. I am Greg. I am being joined by the shortest shorts in literally all of the world. Any shorter, they would not be shorts. Flex, what's happening?
Nothing much. Was that hop on over? Was that like a pun? Was that like a pun? Is that?
Yeah, I
is that
wish
what
I
that
could
was?
say like I thought about it and planned it out, but I was like, I'm just going to say this now. And luckily, it wasn't offensive, I don't think. So half the time it is.
No, I took zero offense. I was just like, wow, that's pretty good for Greg.
Yeah.
For Greg.
I had 2 sips. I'm feeling good now. That was a solid A- for Greg, a C+ for everyone else, but off to a good start already. And then, of course, joining us, the salmon of Capistrano, the salty sailor herself, Erica. What the fuck is the salmon of Capistrano?
That's from Dumb and Dumber, friends. It's kind of going with my beer tonight. You know, I'm flocking to CBR like the salmon of Capistrano.
All right.
Remember this show?
I don't
remember the movie? Anyone?
Is that from the original
women
Dumb and Dumber?
Yes.
I remember it. I haven't seen it in like 25 years.
When he's talking about going to Aspen.
Right.
Aspen, where the women flock like the salmon of Capistrano. Anyways.
I don't remember
right.
that. I feel
So glad I could school you guys on a movie for once.
Yeah.
So that was worth it.
You gotta cut this entire part out because we're just gonna sound like idiots.
I know. Now we're
once,
ashamed of
I know a movie
ourselves.
better than you guys. No, crank it up.
Wow. Which is funny because I love the whole Aspen thing, and that part of the movie makes me crack up. I cannot believe
Well, the whole movie, does the job. It's you can't stop laughing the entire movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
When I was young and it first came out, like I thought Aspen was in California. I was probably like 8 when I first watched it. And he was like, California. I was like, I think there's one in Colorado too. I am dumb.
Yeah. You know, that movie
And
probably
I'm
made us
dumber.
all dumber in some way. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all right.
You should do like a remake where Flexi and Greg travel the country in a sheepdog van or something. That would be fantastic.
That would be no. That's what we'll do our tour through
in
Finland.
Yeah,
And
we need a sheepdog plane to hit Europe.
that'd be
It
amazing.
is decided.
So good. Anyways, follow us on the socials. Craft Beer Republic, Flex Me a Beer _ in between, and Necknosh LLC _ in between each word there. And 805-538 beer if you want to call us. Speaking of calling, we got a voicemail from the homie Chew Your Beer. He's got a bone to pick with a couple of us.
Can't wait to hear that one.
Oh,
He's never angry, so that's good.
Wow.
I have some research to talk about, some booze news to get to, and so much more. I think we should kick off the hydration with what the salmon of Capistrano is drinking over there.
Hey, friends. So tonight I'm drinking Numb and Number by Fall River Brewing. It is a double hazy IPA. I am already feeling this, baby. It says best enjoyed outdoors, which is one reason I love them because they always say that on their beers. So
Here's our best outdoors.
Right? And the can has that sheepdog van right on the front there from
Nice.
Dumb and Dumber.
That is awesome can art.
It's super. And you know what? Little trivia. What is that bird's name in the movie?
Petey.
Petey! Our pets' heads are falling off. So yeah, Petey's on the can too. And so I think, Greg, we
You
reviewed...
sold my blind bird to or you sold my dead bird to the blind
bird
kid?
to a blind kid. Yeah. There's so many great lines from that movie. It's so classic. So we reviewed Numb Juice, and you played the sweet clip from TMNT. Yes.
Yeah.
So this is Numb and Number because it's double hazy IPA, and it is it's 8.2% ABV. So I'm feeling it. 37 IBUs. Nice. It is a 4 on Untapped. Very respectable. And
very.
Yeah. So loving that. So Fall River's in Redding, California. So just north of me, about an hour or so. So here's the details. Just when you think it couldn't get possibly any number, we go and do something like this and totally redeem ourselves. Numb and Number Double Hazy IPA is bursting with the same tropical juiciness of Numb Juice, which was delicious, but an even richer vibe that causes beautiful people to flock instinctively like the salmon of Capistrano. Even if you've got no food, got no job, your pets' heads are falling off, you've got Numb and Number. So make like you're in Austria, throw another shrimp on the bobby, and crack open another one. Make Lloyd and Harry proud. Oh, look, Frost. So there's so that. Good. And so this hazy, just got your typical hazy look. It's it had a really nice foamy head on it and kind of a maybe pineapple, a little stone fruit.
While you sip, I will say that I appreciate all of the references on the description there. They really jammed them in there.
They really did. There's so many more.
There's so many more.
There's so many more that are not there. This makes me like mock. Yeah. Yeah. I still want you guys to do that as an opening, but
hop. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Nailed it. That was quick.
Beer. It's got a bit of a stone fruit taste and some hoppiness. It's sweet. Finishes with a little hoppiness, but not a big burn for a double at the 8.2%. I love it. It's good. I'm happy.
Sounds like it totally fits the algorithm.
It fits the algorithm. This can is really on fire. I love it. And
do you prefer this one or the regular Num?
I would probably drink the regular Num a little more frequently because, I mean, when I drink a double, it hits fast.
True.
So
able to have a few more.
Right.
That's
exactly.
Legit.
But if I'm just going to have one or something, then this is perfect. It's really good. I'm happy
with
it.
8.2 is total wheelhouse for me.
Is it? See,
light beer for flex.
Yeah. You are much more seasoned than me.
Yeah. Have you guys been watching the She-Hulk series on Disney?
Yes, I have. I've actually been enjoying it very much so.
Well, in there they describe that like when she's hulked out, she can drink way more. Like her metabolism is super fast and she can't get hammered. And as soon as she comes back, like she's a normal person gets hammered. Flex is the fucking Hulk.
It's the He-Hulk. Yeah, he's the
so
Hulk.
ripped. He can just drink. He-Hulk. He can just drink without getting drunk. Yeah.
My gosh, I just had an epiphany. That explains the short shorts because Hulk's shorts are really short.
Yep.
Because when he rips through them.
Yeah, they're green shorts. That's what it is.
This never crossed my mind before.
Well.
So
now we got to get purple shorts, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh dear.
There you go. Halloween costume 2022.
I was actually thinking Macho Man this year, but
yeah.
It's not set in stone.
If you do, will you please walk around with boxes of Slim Jims?
Yeah, I could probably do that. I could get them at work.
I can make you a Slim Jim pretzel necklace.
Yes.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That'd be so
like, who the fuck doesn't want to snap into a Slim Jim?
No. Yeah, everyone does.
Anybody who cares about their health doesn't want to snap. But that being said, sounds delicious. We love you, Slim Jim. Don't sue us or something.
No.
Anywho, all right, lots to get to.
Probably the most publicity they've gotten in years.
Yeah, right.
Probably accurate.
Somebody mentioned us?
Right.
They're very shelf stable. I'll give them that.
That's true. Let's talk about Slim Jims and Circuit City. Very relevant product here. Most either have been mentioned in a decade. Fantastic. All right, what's going on? Hey, you guys, I went to my first actual concert since COVID, and it
was it?
Wow.
And I did not get a black eye.
Wow,
you're missing out.
Let me winning.
That is not the full effect of a concert. You got to get the black guy.
You get the real
clearly
experience.
I've done it wrong. So.
You were not crowd surfing enough.
Yeah, I was. I did not ask for the full flex treatment when I walked into the joint. So, anyway, we went and saw Andrew McMahon. For those who don't know, he was the front man for Something Corporate back in the day, and then Jack's Mannequin, and now just Andrew McMahon on his own. But it was his 40th birthday. So he did sets with Something Corporate, brought him out, did a set with Jack's Mannequin crew, which is like half his current crew anyways, and then did like Andrew McMahon set. It's actually a really awesome show.
Yeah, it sounds really good.
So I know a lot of the old school emo people know who Something Corporate is. So for those of you who do know, he did Constantine, and it took like 18 minutes to get through. So that was good times. All the guys came out for that one. Everyone's like, who? Okay. Anyways, it's a really it's like his Stairway to Heaven. It just never ends. And he never does it at concerts because it takes up the time of like 3 songs. He doesn't want to, take up all the time. Anyway, so that was fun. It was down in Orange County in Anaheim near Disneyland. And so on the way back, we were like, well, let's drink our way home. It's like a 2-hour drive. So why don't we do a little research on the way?
What's safer than that?
Yeah, nothing. So, breweries don't open until noon, but we found a brewery in the area. It's called Chapman Crafted. I'd heard of it. I'd never been there before. And they, in the mornings, do coffee, their own craft coffee. And then at noon, you can start ordering beer. So we got there about 11, had some delicious coffee.
Oh, I'd seen the picture. That looked really gnarly.
It was so good. I have to admit, the coffee was better than the beer. The beer wasn't bad. It wasn't amazing. It was just, it was good beer. Solid. But the coffee was really, really good. Like I'd go back for coffee all the time. That was delicious. And then we were in the area and we'd heard of this place called Brewheim Brewing or Brewheim, something like that.
That's a fun name. I like that a lot.
Right. It's a fun name. So we looked it up. We found it. Amazing location. Like the building is super cool. Great place to hang out. Huge spot. Somebody was having like their 1-year-old's first birthday. And they took over like half the brewery and just brought in like tons of homemade Chinese food. I was so jealous. I was like, hi, can I join your party and have some Chinese food, please? At one point, somebody asked the grandma, like, where'd you guys get this from? She's like, I made it, like super angry. I was like, fuck, I want some of that.
Just super offended.
Yeah. But the beer, I don't enjoy talking shit about breweries, but the beer was no bueno.
Oh man.
Oh no.
Like we always, like the wife and I will get a flight and we'll share it. And then if it's good, we'll move on to either another flight or, a pint of what we liked, whatever. None of them were like, we were choking them down. And like the guy was kind of like, we walked up and he just kind of looked at us. I was like, can we order? He's like, yeah. I was like, can we do a flight? Yeah, I guess. I was like, oh, so he gives me like,
what? That's what he said?
Yeah. It was real like douchey. Like he was annoyed by us because we were the first customers he'd had in a while. And I guess he had to work, but so he gets our flight, doesn't tell us like what order it's in. We had to figure it out, which luckily we're nerds. So I could like smell my way through the order and figure out which was which.
It's because you got your Cicerone on Untapped. So that makes sense.
That's right. Honestly, it was so bad. It got to the point where it's just like, let's fucking pound these and bounce. And we just plugged and chugged and got out of there. It was, I hope we ordered the 6 worst beers they make. That's all I can say about that. But
and bad service. So that's like a double negative right there.
Didn't help. Yeah. Then we redeemed ourselves. We totally redeemed ourselves. And we hit up Radiant Brewing, which we've had them on the show and we've been there a few times. And if you're looking for a hazy, which honestly, good hazies in SoCal are not always easy to come by. Man, Radiant fucking knows what they're doing with the hazies. It's the former crew over from the brewery, so they know what's up. Their Kolsch's and just everything. They had a sour that was so good. So we brought back lots of cans. I pulled a Flex, bought a hat. It was so
yes.
Nice.
Flex loves hats.
Yeah, it was black on black. It's pretty sweet.
That is sweet.
And then finally, as we got closer to home, we stopped in at Malibu Brewing again and hung out there for a couple of beers, had a couple Berliners.
You say gourmet fooded yourself to death or what?
Honestly, we'd already had lunch and it was unexpected. So we're like, well, let's just have some beer. And so we had they had Berliners and their Berliners are 3.5%. And, we'd kind of been drinking all day.
Traditional. So that's pretty rad.
Yeah.
So,
holy shit.
We had a couple of those and then the Crowler to go. And Ryan, one of the coners that we talked about last time when we were there, was there and was hanging out and talking to us. And so good time at Malibu as per usual. But man, I tell you, nothing like going to a concert.
It's the best. Yeah. Live music, just the atmosphere. Everybody's there for the same reason because they just fucking love the music. So
yeah, it's like the closest thing to a religious experience I'll enjoy. So when is Aftershock? Is that coming up?
It's October, I think 9th or whatever. We have 4-day passes.
God,
I'm like,
wow.
I know. I'm just like, whew. We're like, we're working out. We're trying to make sure we're in good shape for the show. It's like, I want to be there. And, well, not just for that, but it's like, dang, this is a big commitment. Let's do this.
Warming up your liver.
And McDreamy's packing the IVs.
Seriously, we got all
banana
the goods.
bags to go.
Yeah.
Are you bringing the kids to this?
Oh, hell no.
Oh, okay.
No.
We were kids. I was like,
flying
holy shit.
in family to watch the kids for this. So, yes.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a 4-day.
Doctor money.
It's right. My brother and
perfect.
Yes, Portland's not that far. It's $150. All right, people, but worth it for
flying them in on Frontier. What are you?
Right? Seriously. Yeah, they got the 12-hour flight from Portland. It's normally 2 hours, but it's worth it. But
you bought their ticket, but they have to pay their own baggage fees, which are double their ticket price.
They come in at 3 a.m. and got an Uber to my house. So
they don't actually get to the little jetway. They just stop on the tarmac and they have to walk to the airport. They're not actually allowed to land.
Inflate the rescue slide, and that's how they get down.
My gosh.
That's a soft landing for Frontier. Sorry, we keep cutting you off. You're flying.
No, that's fine. So with my brother and sister-in-law are also coming, and so we're all gonna go. My brother's like 6'6". He's a big dude, and so it's always fun going with my brother because people either always start stuff with big dudes, or there's girls that want to like sit on his shoulders because he's so tall. There's always something that goes down. Yeah, when my brother's around, so it's always a good time.
Is he a single gentleman?
No, he's married to my best friend from high school. So
well, that's cool.
Well, it was awkward for a while, I'll tell you that much.
Or awkward, yeah.
Yeah, it's
come
like
on.
all the things girls talk about, all of a sudden you're like, I don't want to know. This is quiet. It's quiet. No, but now it's all good.
So,
they got kids.
So last night, no.
No. Yeah, it's like we're all hanging out, partying. I'm like, where'd Rob and Aaron go? Oh, damn. So it was a thing.
That's funny.
But we were good friends for years before that. Yeah, it's all good. We're going to have a great time. But I'm with you on the concert thing. It's an experience, but it can be like also exhausting. So we're like trying to get ready for this. Like 4 days.
Oh, it's super exhausting. I couldn't imagine 4 days of something like that. That's crazy.
That's not how we're going to do it. I'm going to be
especially with how much dancing and moshing I do. I would be dead. Probably actually dead.
You would have both black eyes. Sure. Yeah, like you would have. Seriously.
You better get a black eye or I'm going to be mad.
I'm going to have to like make up.
We only went to one show. We got rained on. It was like the one time in 18 years that it's rained in Southern California. And we got a hotel near the venue. And we're like, oh, we'll walk. That way we can like get hammered at the concert, not worried about it. And so we walked and it was just drizzling. It's like a block and a half. And I was like, this is fine. So we're kind of like walking quickly. Halfway there, it just started dumping.
Oh,
so
great.
we jog our way to the venue and we get there. And they have us lined up outside to check IDs. They wouldn't let us in. And I was
it a 21 and over show?
No, but if you wanted beer, you had to check your ID outside so you get a bracelet. They wouldn't do it inside. And I was like, what the fuck? So we stood in line and somebody complained and the security guard was like, well, if I got to be out here, you got to be out here. I was like, yeah, but you're getting paid to be
right.
here. We're not.
Yeah, I paid to be here.
Right. So, and then we get in. And they take our ticket, and there's this wide open lobby. I was like, you guys could have fucking checked our IDs in here. This is ginormous. I was so pissed. So we're drenched the entire show.
No common sense involved in that.
Yeah, and the beer was shit. Shit selection of beer. But figures.
That's the worst.
It is. We made up for it the next day, though. All of our research. In fact, we brought some cans we had some Malibu Brewing cans and a couple Enneagram cans. We brought them down, did a little pregame and a little postgame at the hotel. So at least we had good beer there. So anyways, good times.
You're so smart. Always prepared.
Always prepared. Probably
I don't want to be caught without a beer. Yeah. I know, just walking with cargos. Like, can you not pat me down there, please? Thank you. I don't want to warm up the beer.
My quads are sensitive.
Yeah. My it's not quite quad, not quite shin, somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, right?
Sensitive. Side of my knee is quite sensitive and has a tumor. Please don't touch it. Not a puma.
God, those shorts are way too long.
Yeah.
That's all I pictured in my mind is how long those shorts are. It's way too long.
They are for you. We got to get you like cargo short shorts.
Oh, those would be so cute. Little.
She says it would be cute.
So cute. Tiny little pockets up high.
If you can find them, I'll wear them. But they got to fit around. The hardest part is finding like stretchy shorts, like
Yeah.
casual stretchy shorts.
Right.
Because like
trunks.
regular shorts don't fit around my legs.
Got those fucking trunks.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
genetics. What can
Good
I
problem
say?
to have.
Yeah.
Is it though?
Is it? You're work.
I
I don't know.
I don't know if it's a good problem to have. It's
I feel
not
like
like-
if you didn't want that problem, you could work out other areas.
Right.
I guess.
You could have skinny legs if you wanted skinny legs, but
It's like now that I got big legs, it's like, hey, let's just keep them.
your name is Flex, isn't it?
It
I
is.
mean, just flex that shit.
On my
I don't
birth
know.
certificate and everything. Flex.
Right.
That's what I imagine.
Flexi.
Flex,
Middle
flexi?
name me. No, middle name me. Last name a beer.
A beer, yeah.
Right.
Like, already
It
have this
was a
figured
funny
out.
story. There was we were out. One of my friends had won a beer contest for to have his recipe made at a local brewery, and it was a caramel apple pop sour. So like you remember those caramel apple suckers that
Mhm.
they give out every year. And they just totally fucking nailed it. This beer was spot on. It's probably the best beer I've had this year. And I even told my friend that too. Mobcraft Brewing did it, and they did such a great job.
Wow.
And, I mean, they have a really brilliant sour program to begin with, and you know, being that this was a sour, they just really nailed it. But somebody left their wallet or something at the bar, and the bartender takes it and is like walking around saying this person's name, asking if anybody is this person. And I just look around and I was like, no, I'm Flex. And everybody just started busting out laughing. You know, it was kind of in the moment thing, but you know, it just made me laugh because that's what everybody calls me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think anybody actually knows my real name sometimes.
Even local people you hang out with, you're Flex.
Yeah, people will call me Flex or Flexy
Wow.
or
Okay. Cool.
Kids call you Daddy Flex.
Daddy Flex.
Daddy Flex.
Emergency form spelled out. Flex. Just call Flex.
Yeah.
Yeah. Flex me a field trip.
Maybe I should just legally change my name.
Yeah. Pull a Hulk Hogan. Change it to Hogan instead of Balea.
Yeah.
There you go.
Didn't he legally change it? Like it's
I hope
Hogan
he
now?
did.
I think he did.
Why wouldn't he?
Because I think his kids are all Hogan too.
They are.
So yeah, do it. Come on,
All right. Fine. Done.
Mr. Abir.
Mr. A Beer. I love that.
I'm looking for Mr. Abir. Is Flex me Abir here?
And alphabetically, you're golden, right? You want your last name to start with an A. You're good.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
First in the phone book, even though those don't exist anymore. So I guess that's
They
saying a what
do. They actually do exist. We got one a couple months ago, and I was like, "What the fuck? They still send out yellow pages?
What a waste
in
of trees.
Wisconsin, apparently they do. All right.
It's like the size of like a regular magazine, though. It's like not what it used. It's not what it used to be.
Just everyone over 80 years old.
Right. Yeah. The four people who still have their landlines, and then a bunch of yellow pages.
Right.
That's funny. All right. Before we hear from the homie Chew Your Beer, let me make a call to the pen real quick.
Okay.
He calls to the bullpen for beer.
Well, as we ramp up for spooky season, people are getting excited for Halloween.
Pumpkin beer.
That-
Pumpkin beer.
Exactly. I am drinking this pumpkin. No, fuck. What the? No. I'm drinking compliments of Tavor, Holy Mountain and Boneyard Beer's collaboration called Holy Bones Cascadian Dark IPA. It is, of course, 6.66%, has 66 IBUs, and a 3.98 on Untapped.
Oh, they couldn't make it a 6.66. That's lame.
I know. There's a lot of sixes in there.
I know, just needed one more. They say the high priest calls upon you to pass judgment on this ale. Will it be broadsword or the thurible, whatever that is? Quarrel or prayer? From the depths as a buck, add an ale yeast, hop the shit out of it, and the holiest of bones has risen. We join together and bring you the Cascadian Dark IPA. I appreciate that they swore in their Untapped.
Can we just stop for a second and give you a round of applause for
That was
not messing
beautiful.
that up? That was phenomenal.
One time.
That was medieval
happened again.
reenactment quality right there. Okay.
Right. I feel like I just got back from a Ren fair or something.
Right?
All right. On the schnoz, I get a lot of that sweetness that you'd get from a bock, and then a lot of hop pininess following that up. Let me dig in here with the way less sexy and longer shorted tongue jobber.
Boneyard is in Bend, if I remember correctly. I have family in Bend.
Oh.
And they got some good beer in Bend.
So, did you, Boneyard?
Yes, that was exactly it.
Okay.
Good job.
Okay. That's what I thought. Yeah, I was been sitting over here for the last 2 minutes trying to figure that out.
Totally.
That's when Flex goes outside. He goes into his boner yard. This is a little bit chocolatey, a little bit sweet, and they nailed it when they said they hopped the shit out of it. It is old school, piney, resiny, and dank, and finishes extra dry, which makes you need to take more sips. So, good job. This is my first from either of these two breweries. Holy
Really?
Mountain or Boneyard. Yeah, or Boner Beer. Boneyard Beer.
Boner beer.
And I don't know if you guys can see the can. Can's pretty sweet.
I can.
Oh,
that is
yeah.
super sweet. And I believe that is they chose the broadsword.
Okay.
From what
I
I
don't know what any of that means, but
I don't know. He's holding a sword. It was in the description. I don't know stuff.
nerd stuff.
Nerd stuff.
Yeah, good stuff. Thanks to Tavor for hooking this up. If you guys haven't shopped on Tavor before, use promo code Unfiltered. Get you $10 off your first purchase. All right. Should we check in with the homie? See what Chew's up to?
I can't
I'm really
wait.
curious about this one.
Start taking notes.
Hello, no one is available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone.
Hey, yo, what's up, homies? Chew Your Beer here. Craft Beer Republic, Chew Your Beer. So check it out, homies. I wrote some notes because I listened to the show, and I want to talk about some stuff, homie. Let's get this one out of the way real quick. Buster Rhymes, Greg, you are absolutely capital wrong, homie. Buster Rhymes, when he raps, every word that comes out of his mouth is actually a fucking word, Holmes. That is 100% accurate. He does not do the He's actually saying words, and I will tell you, but I'm not that fast of a rapper. Kind of like
look
Eminem.
at the lyrics. He absolutely does.
Let's go to Malibu Beer Company. You talked about it. I looked for it. I'm a huge Dodger fan. I've gone to about 5 games this season, and every game that I go to, I make sure they are playing against the Madres. I don't like the Madres. There's one player that I really, really dislike by the name of Machado. My voice just started coming back because I booed the hell out of him on Friday, homie. That's the only player that I will boo, and I make sure he hears me. And it's very, very loud when I boo Machado, homie. Dude was a Dodger, and he never hustled. He spiked other players. He's just a dirty, dirty player. Anyways, enough about him. Let's talk about some beers. Dodger Stadium does have a couple craft beers, like LA Ale Works, Santa Monica Brewing Company, and they do have Malibu Beer Company, or whatever the Malibu Brewing Company, Malibu Beer Company. They do have it. I think they had a Golden Paradise, which is a golden ale. I did order 2 cans. There are 12-ounce cans. I don't remember the price. I didn't get to drink them because they didn't have them in stock, homie. So I think that brand has been pulled out of the stadium. Craft beer, I think, is only Sierra Nevada and LA Ale Works and Santa Monica Beer Company. And they also do have Brewyard, homie. That's the question I have. You ever had Brewyard? I have. You ever been to Brewyard? I have. Have you ever been disappointed by them? I have. I don't think the beers, I don't know how they got their beers at Dodger Stadium. My hat's to them. But their beer is not really that amazing to be there. There's a brewery, a stone throw away, and they have a beer called Baseball that's dedicated to the Dodgers, and that brewery is called Highland Park Brewery. Why are they not at Dodger Stadium? Why is that beer not there? Why is that brewery not there, homie? You know how much fucking beer I would buy if Highland Park was at Dodger Stadium, Holmes? Enough said. The sad thing is I'll buy 2 nice IPAs, and then I start chugging mango carts because they're 19.2 cans, and they're a little bit cheaper than the 16-ounce can of IPA by Santa Monica that cost me $18. So it is what it is. It's a situational drinking beer, so that's what you got to do. So there you go. Can we get Highland Park Brewery at Dodger Stadium? How did Brewyard get into Dodger Stadium but not Highland Park? Answer me. Riddle me this. The other thing is for Flex. These fucking honeybees or fruit flies or whatever you call them. One way to get rid of that is wash your damn cans, homie. The way that you wash your balls after you work out, rinse out your cans after a drinking session, homie. Get rid of the slosh at the bottom of your can that you can't get in your glass. Rinse it out real quick and pop it in wherever you recycle, homie, and you will not have that issue. So treat your cans the way you treat your balls. This is True Your Beer. You have to watch you. Peace out, eh?
She was calling you out for not washing
Words
your balls.
of wisdom.
Wow.
All right, first of all, go listen to the song Look At Me Now featuring Busta Rhymes. He absolutely...
Yeah, it's like, no. Yeah.
Look, I love Busta. He does a great job of his na-na-na-na-nas, but he absolutely does it. And as far as the Malibu Brewing at Dodger Stadium, I actually talked to Ryan about this. He says they are the cheapest craft beer at Dodger Stadium. And so because of that, it flies off the shelves and they're not able to keep it in stock. So they're not out of Dodger Stadium. They're just doing their best to keep up with demand. It's a lager. It's delicious. And it's the cheapest one you can buy at the park. So people buy it up just because it's cheap.
Wow.
So there's that.
Yeah.
And Flex, wash your balls.
I guess I'll have to.
Your cans and your balls.
But I have been rinsing out my cans ever since then because I guess I didn't take into consideration the hot summers and the hot garage where everything just incubates and
Yeah,
But we're getting through them. There's probably about like 4 fruit flies maybe left in my house that I can't fucking get rid of.
And is that from your balls or your cans?
Right.
The jury's out on that one.
I don't know. We saw the short shorts. I didn't see any flies. Did you?
That's true. No buzzing.
I don't.
You're right. Yeah. It seemed clean. Very clean. So.
Okay, enough about my balls.
I don't know. We can do another 5 to 10. Is there ever enough about your balls?
Grab another drink, Flex. Greg and I have some stuff to cover.
Let me get my scroll out here. I got notes. Got notes about your balls.
Like chew with his paper. Okay, here, hold on a second. Yeah. Okay, first thing.
First thing, your shorts. I can see your balls.
Second, black disguises, but the green and the gray accentuate.
That is 100% accurate.
I am excited.
Yes. Sorry. We'll get off the ball subject.
I know Greg lights up so much when we get there, so it just makes me happy.
It's true. It really brings me joy. Sorry, everyone. Thanks for listening. If you're still there,
for whatever ego I have is because of Greg
and my love for your balls. Oh, we should move on.
What else we got?
What's up?
Wow. Heineken UK has finally taken full ownership of London's Beaver. Oh God, we went from balls to beavers. Of London.
We are an equal opportunity podcast, Greg.
You are not wrong.
All inclusive.
Yes,
Thank you.
Very inclusive. Has taken full ownership of London's Beavertown Brewery. A couple years ago, they bought a stake in the brewery, and now they are full owners. This, if you guys remember, I think it's been a couple of years, but they had I think it was pre-COVID. They had a festival planned out, Beavertown did, and once they got partially bought out by Heineken, like everyone dropped out because Heineken is a shitty slave wage company.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
Oh.
Yeah, like they go to countries where like there's no labor laws and brew their beer there and stuff. So,
jeez, it's almost as gross as their beer.
Yeah, so remember that next time you're drinking a Beavertown or a Lagunitas or just a plain old fashioned disgusting Heine.
Okay.
Yeah. According to Drizzly, over Labor Day weekend, light lagers and American lagers gained a huge share on their app, and seltzers went down.
Interesting.
Yes. Yay for real beer.
Yay for lagers.
Right.
How about
and
that?
Just that they were so light. It's still a lager, right? They went up because it was freaking hot. I mean, it was like 110 degrees on the entire planet. So it's not like they're saying IPAs or stouts or whatever. It was like, no, lagers over seltzers because it was hot.
It was, speaking of balls, it was balls out.
It was ridiculous.
Can't wait to see who enjoys this one. Dunkin' Donuts doing their annual release with Harpoon Brewing of their pumpkin beer. And this year, they're making it a multi-pack with coffee roll, hazelnut, and cold brew.
Bring me the pumpkin, Greg.
I'd try it.
Bring the pumpkin.
Yeah, I don't hate on pumpkin beers. I enjoy me a nice pumpkin beer with some spice.
You know, I might enjoy a nice pumpkin beer if I ever found a nice pumpkin beer.
I told that Buffalo Bills oatmeal stout, dark pumpkin. I need to get some. I will get it to you.
Is it widely distributed? Like, can I find it at a Total Wine or Bevmo? Or
you probably could. That's where I found it. That's where I found it,
Okay.
like a Total Wine or a Bevmo, and it's in. They have it in cans. And if you don't like that, then there's probably no chance. Then
Lakefront Brewing here does a pumpkin lager, and it is fucking phenomenal.
Look, if you guys say it's good, I will look for it, and if I find it, I will have it and give a fair assessment on the show. I will not pretend to dislike it if I actually like it.
Okay. Do you not like pumpkin at all, or it's like the beer and pumpkin combo?
Beer and pumpkin. I love pumpkin pie, like the pie.
Okay.
In solid form. But I hate when they attempt to make their beer taste like pumpkin pie.
Would you drink a pumpkin spice latte?
I've had one. It's whatever.
No. Okay.
I don't like them. I don't hate them as much as like a beer, but honestly, just too sweet for me. That was the biggest problem.
Okay.
So, Dogfish Head is going to close their Miami tap room, citing the increase in rent as the reason. It's getting expensive down there.
How many tap rooms do they have?
I think 3 or 4.
Okay.
I think soon to be 2 or 3.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
that's sad.
Yeah. Get a report from Vanessa. Let's see.
I was going to say, sorry, Vanessa.
Yeah, we're missing out on anything.
Hi, Vanessa.
Hi, Vanessa.
Hey.
So, bad news for her, maybe. And we'll end it on this one. The best breweries near every NFL stadium. And don't worry, I am not going to read every NFL stadium. Thought we'd maybe pick a few.
Okay.
Erica, who's your team? Do you have a football team?
Well, it's definitely not the Raiders, if you remember that episode. Man, those fans are assholes. But probably the Niners. I mean,
perfect. Well, that's a twofer because that's my favorite.
Okay.
So 49ers, of course, Levi Stadium, not anywhere near San Francisco.
Okay.
They say touchdown is the category. So good. Bear Bottle Brewing Company in Santa Clara. And then their first down, which is like almost as good, Humble Sea Brewing Company at their Pacifica or Santa Cruz tap rooms.
Okay.
Humble Sea's really good.
Yeah, I've had Humble Sea for sure. Have not had Bear Bottle Brewing. And then Flex, of course, is a fan of the Fudge Packers.
I love packing fudge.
Yeah, so sweet and delicious. Let's see if you've been to any of these ones. Touchdown, Badger State Brewing.
I have not, but I've heard a lot of good things.
Okay. And then first down, Hinterland Brewing.
We did go to Hinterland last year for my birthday, actually. We went up to Green Bay, we toured the stadium, and then for dinner, cruised over to Hinterland.
Nice. And then because Erica's such a big fan, if you're in Vegas seeing the Raiders, touchdown, Neon Desert Brewing. And first down, Abel Baker Brewing Company. Never had either of them.
Okay.
Anybody else? Anybody want to know about any other teams?
Okay. What about?
Nope. No pressure.
I had neck nosh at Soldier Field in Chicago. So,
You.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Chicago.
I mean, what beer are the people drinking that are eating the nosh in Chicago?
Probably Bud Light.
Probably Goose Island.
Yeah, that's true. Touchdown, Moody Tongue Brewing Company.
Moody Tongue.
Never heard of it. And then first down is, oh God, here's a name. Dunnier, Duneyr, Dunnier Artisan Fermenta Project.
Oh, okay.
News to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't
Sounds bougie.
Does sound kind of bougie. Sounds like they might have some good sours though, just by the name.
Yeah.
So, anyways, and then I figured I'd do this one just because it's from where I'm at. The Rams/Chargers because they share a stadium. Three Weavers Brewing is the touchdown. Great brewery. Love me some Three Weavers. Yeah. And then first down, Common Space Brewery in El Segundo. I don't know if I've had any Common Space.
I don't think. Yeah.
I feel like I've heard about them, but I don't.
Yeah, I've
never
heard
had
Common
anything.
Space. Yeah, I don't know that I've had anything from them. So, anywho, that's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna hit some music. I'm glad we made it through today. Not too Not too painful with my English abilities. I'm very excited.
You did great today,
You were
Greg.
so articulate today, Greg.
Oh, God. Unique New York. It was fantastic. So thank you all for joining at Craft Beer Republic. Of course, at FlexMeBeer _in between, and at NeckNosh LLC _ in between there as well. CraftBeerRepublic.com, necknosh.com, 805-538-BEER, 2337. And I do believe that is everything, so I hope everyone is staying very well hydrated.
And on that note,
Good night, everybody.